Welcome back, everyone. This week on Forgotten Vehicles, we found a forgotten Jeep Willys that saw action in World War II, buried in an old military scrap. This original Willys MB Jeep was used during World War II. The locals said it was too ugly to restore, but he saw the potential and brought it home. We tried to turn it over, but it's not going anywhere. The body is also half sunk in the mud. Clearly, this Jeep has been sitting for a very long time. When we first see this Jeep, it's in terrible condition. He also added a new olive drab paint job with the correct stars. Now let's take a closer look at some of the details. Starting with the grille, the turn signals were removed. You can see there's a couple bullet holes in the hood, and if we look closely, we can see the faded military markings. The seats were reupholstered in military canvas, and he installed period-accurate tools, gear, and even some vintage jerry cans. It looks so good. It may be seized, but at least it's all there. He drove it overseas and saw some pretty intense action. His father served in the military as well, but he was in Korea, so he never got to drive one of these. This was truly an emotional moment for him when he saw the finished Jeep. Unfortunately, he passed away before the Jeep was finished, but the owner was able to complete it in his honor. The frame was completely rusted out, so he built it from scratch. As we move to the back, you can see the correct stars and decals, and here's a look at the other side. The owner did a great job making sure all the bolts were painted as well. If you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for more. The seats were reupholstered in military canvas. And here's a look at the dashboard. He added some really nice period-accurate gauges. And here's a look at the steering wheel. The frame is completely rusted out. It's missing its tires. Once again, the attention to detail on this build is outstanding. He even added some really nice details. And here's a look at the other side. You can see there's a couple bullet holes in the hood, and the canvas top is completely rotten. You can see the faded military markings in the video. It's amazing to find a piece of history like this completely untouched for over 75 years. The owner found this Jeep in a small town while looking for a project vehicle, so this Jeep will be in the family for a long time. They even did a little flag ceremony to honor all the veterans. There were thousands upon thousands of these Jeeps produced during World War II. They came in two variations. You had the GP, or the general purpose, which came with either a soft top or a removable hard top. Then you had the MB, which was specifically designed for military use. It had thicker steel, armor glass windows, and a much heavier gauge canvas top. In the engine compartment, you can see the engine block is seized. These Jeeps were literally everywhere. There wasn't an army in the world that didn't have one. But owning and restoring one is like owning a piece of history on wheels. It's amazing to think that almost every day people are discovering these forgotten pieces of history. The Willys MB was the backbone of Allied transport in the 1940s. It's believed around 620,000 Willys MB Jeeps were produced during World War II. After finding this Jeep, the owner spent over a year rebuilding the frame from scratch using original military specs. You've done an amazing job on this build. I love how it turned out. If we move down, we can see the new olive drab paint job looks amazing. And here's a close-up of the engine. And here's a look under the vehicle. Now let's take a look at the interior. Finally, we have to take a look at the exterior. The owner's grandfather was a mechanic in a World War II Jeep like this. The owner actually surprised his father with the finished Jeep. The owner's son was also there to help unveil it. This was an amazing build. It is amazing to think that this Jeep was built over 75 years ago and is still going strong.